This video will show how to use diskpart in Windows. You must open a command window as administrator. If you notice, this is an administrator command prompt. Then you can issue diskpart. Diskpart can be run in interactive mode or in script mode. This will be interactive mode. What you have to do in diskpart is select things to make them the default before you can work on them. To view things, use the list command. List disk. So these are all the disks that are available. None of them are selected yet. If I want to select one of these disks, I type select disk and the number. I'm going to work on disk number 2. Then if I list the disks again, you will see that the asterisk next to disk 2 means that it is the selected disk. Once you have a disk selected, you can list your partitions. There are no partitions on this disk to show. I can then create a partition with the create partition command, and then you have to give it the type of table you're creating, a partition you're creating. So we're going to start with a primary partition, and the size is equal to, in megabytes, mebibytes, is equal to, let's say, 4. Then you can list your partitions again, list partition, and you see you have a primary partition, 4 megabytes. Diskpart will take care of the offsets, and you don't have to worry about that. You just have to specify the size of the disk. You can also do a clean command, and when you clean the command, clean command erases everything you just did. Once again, diskpart is live. Any changes you make to the partition table are done immediately. You can also type help at any time to get a list of the commands that you can do. So we've looked at clean. You can convert to create a partition table the first time. So I can, if I already had a partition table, I could type convert MBR. And now it has just recreated the partition table, so it's empty once again. You can also do convert GPT, which is the newer format for partition tables, but the disk I have is not large enough for a GPT partition. So the next thing is to recreate the primary partition. Size equals 4. And list partition. Then I'm going to create an extended partition. Create partition extended. And we'll make this one size equal to 8. List partition. You can see that the extended was created. Now I can create a logical partition. Create partition. Logical. Size equals, let's say, 4. And list partition. So that's an example of creating a primary partition, an extended partition, and a logical partition. If you make a mistake, you can always delete a partition as well. Delete partition. If I want to delete the logical, I put delete partition 2 because that's its number. If I delete the extended, then I'm going to delete the logical as well. I'm just going to delete the logical just to show you that it works. Really? Oh, right. Never mind. You don't do that. First you select the partition. Now it's a selected partition. It already was. Then I just type delete partition. Now that does it. List partition. I have deleted it. And maybe you want it to be larger, so we'll recreate it. Create partition, logical, size equals 6. And then list partition. That's it. That's how you use diskpart. Take it out, type exit. And there you go.